Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today's video I want to do something kind of fun and kind of different. I've gained some new subscribers that might not know me that well, and some of my old subscribers might be wondering some things about me. So I thought it would be fun to do a 25 question. Well, actually there's 50, but I'm just going to do the first 25, and then if I feel like it, I'll do the next 25. But it's just random fun questions to ask, yourself, kind of like random facts about yourself. So the first question is, what are your nicknames, and what do you prefer to be called? Well, my nicknames probably are just like Angelina. My husband calls me baby. A lot of my family makes fun of me because they say I'm like the mom on Raising Hope. If y'all ever watched that show, where she kind of makes her own words up by kind of merging several words in together. But yeah. So anyway, what books on your shelf are begging to be read? This is really bad because I was an avid reader. I love to read, but I do not have any books right now that any books I've bought lately that I need to read. Cannot think of one that's waiting on my shelf. I've just been so busy with a lot of other things lately. So yeah, I need to get back into reading because I really, really love to read. How often do you doodle, and what do you doodle? I don't doodle that often. If I do, it's usually when I'm on the telephone talking to somebody, and I'll just do little faces, little shapes, just whatever comes to mind. But usually that's the times I will, is when I'm talking on the phone. What do you do if you can't sleep at night? Do you count sheep, toss and turn, try to get up and do something productive? I just usually toss and turn because I know that usually my husband has to get up really early to go to work, and I don't like to disturb him, and if I get up, it usually wakes him up. So I'll usually just toss and turn, and my mind goes 90 to nothing thinking of things I should be doing the next day, or things that's happened that day, and sometimes it just won't shut down. But yeah, eventually I'll just fall asleep. But how many days could you last in solitary confinement, and how would you do it? Well, I do like my alone time, and I like my time for myself, and I don't mind being alone sometimes. But after a while, it does get old, and but solitary confinement. If I could manage to sleep a lot, I could probably last a good, maybe a couple weeks in there without just going crazy. And I would just try to sleep my time away in there, because what else can you do besides sit there and think? I don't really know. I've just seen like a solitary confinement on movies and stuff. So I don't know. That's probably about as long as I could go in solitary confinement. I hope I never have to find out. How many days could you, oh no, that's the same one. Number 6 is, do you save old greeting cards and letters or throw them away? I definitely save them. I'm very sentimental when it comes to things, and I don't like throwing anything like that out. And I can think like back, I have cards from when I was a little child that my grandparents had given me and stuff for birthdays and those kinds of occasions, and I wouldn't take anything for them now, and I just save everything. I'm a sentimental kind of person like that. I have like little boxes full of cards and old letters and stuff. Number 7, who is the biggest pack rat you know? Honestly, I would say I am, because of the reason I just told you guys. I am so sentimental, and I get so attached to things, or I think somebody gave this to me as a gift, or you know, I can't get rid of it. And even though I might not use it, it might be out of style, I feel like I have to hold on to things, especially if they were given to me. And so yeah, I'm a big pack rat. My husband, on the other hand, he's just like, let's just get rid of this. Well, you know, he wouldn't bother to donate it or to do anything like. He just wants to throw it away and get it out of the way quickly and easy for him. But I tend to just hang on to things. Um, I don't know why. Number 8. When making an entrance into a party, do you make your presence known? Do you slip in and look for someone you know? Or do you sneak in quietly and find a safe spot to roost? I would probably say I slip in and look for someone I know. Because, you know, I'm not one of those people that's like, "Ah, I'm here, you know, I have arrived." I'm not like one of those people that love to be the center of attention, but on the other hand, I'm not the kind of person that really likes to stand in the corner and kind of hide themselves either. So I will probably just look for someone I need to talk to or something. Number 9, what is your strongest sense? If you had to give one up, which would it be? Wow. My strongest sense, as far as like if we're talking about the smell and sight and stuff, I would say was my hearing. I have great ears, and I also have kind of a sixth sense about people. I'm a very good judge of character and a judge of how a person's going to be. I can usually be around somebody for just a little while and I'll be able to, you know, I have them kind of figured out, and this amazes my husband. But it's not that I try to figure them out. It's just that, you know, how sometimes you get the feeling about people, just this kind of just unsettling feeling, and I trust that, and I trust my gut on these things, and usually it's always correct. It's always correct. So I am just a good judge of character. And I don't have those kind of feelings often or all the time, but when I do, I know there's, you know, usually something up. But if I had to lose one, I don't even know. Maybe probably smell. I mean, because I don't know. That's a hard question, but probably smell if I had to say something. Number 10, how many times a day do you look at yourself in the mirror? This is bad, but you know, I'm being honest here. I look at myself. I mean, it's not like I carry a mirror around with me and just constantly look at myself, but I will check my hair several times a day. If I pass a mirror, I just have to look in it, and it's not because I'm admiring my beauty or anything, thinking anything like that. It's just force of habit. So yeah, I mean, I look in the mirror often, but it's not like, you know, I stand there for minutes and hours gazing at myself. I'm so in love with myself. It's just, you know, when I go to the bathroom, I'll look in the mirror. If I'm in the bedroom and I walk by, sometimes I'll look in the mirror. But, or, you know, when we're going somewhere and we're traveling, I'll flip the visor down and check the mirror. But, I mean, that's just the truth. I guess I do look in the mirror a lot. What is the strongest thing you believed in as a child? I don't know if y'all ever, I'm sure some of you probably have heard this, if y'all ever heard this before, but I believe that, like, if you follow, my parents and stuff would tell me, like, if I swallowed a watermelon seed or something, that it would grow in my tummy, and I believe that. So, you know, if I swallowed a seed, I was petrified, and you know, so I try not to swallow any seeds. And if I saw a pregnant woman or a person that was very overweight back when I was really little, I would think that that's what they had done, was swallow a watermelon seed or something. Yeah. What is one guilty pleasure you enjoy too much to give up? Probably cheesecake. I love cheesecake. It's a weakness of mine, and I guess I'm kind of like the Golden Girls. When I get upset, I either want cheesecake or ice cream. But, you know, I have given those up before. It's just not very easy, because sometimes if I'm craving something, it's going to be one of those two. And Also, I have just trashy TV, like reality TV shows, mainly the Real Housewives. My favorites are the OC and the Beverly Hills. And then just recently I've been watching Dallas. It's a new one, but my husband, he hates those kind of shows, so I always just binge out while he's gone and watch the Real Housewives. It's like a guilty pleasure of mine. Um, how often do you read the newspaper, and which paper? Well, to be honest, I never read the newspaper. Never. I have. Well, I used to a lot, but I don't anymore. And it was just a local paper. Usually, it was like the Jackson Sun, because that's a town that's close to me. But I don't know. I don't read the paper. If I find news out, it's usually online, or it comes over my phone or something like that. So I don't know. I think papers and stuff are really going to become a thing of the past eventually, as bad as that is. But which animals scare you most and why? Animals, probably spiders. You know, I've been bit by brown recluse before, and but more, even more than that is snakes. I don't like anything that I can't see where it's at, and it's creepy and crawly, and I can't really tell where it's at. It could be hiding out under something. I don't. No. Mm-mm. Don't like that. Are you more likely to avoid conflict or engage in it? I'm very likely to avoid contact, and I do not like drama. I don't like fighting and fussing and drama and conflict. I will try to avoid it at all costs. I'm usually try to keep the peace with everything. Of course, that doesn't always work, but yeah, I get very stressed out when it comes to conflict. What was your most recent compliment you've received? Probably my most recent compliment. It might have even been on YouTube. Might have been like great video or something on YouTube, probably. Alrighty, guys, my battery died, of course, and so I was on the question about what's the last compliment I received, and I said I think it was on a YouTube video, and also my husband told me earlier he liked my shoes, so yeah. Are you high maintenance? Yeah, I would say I'm definitely high maintenance. I'm not as high as I could be. Like, I'm not one that has to go get their nails done and has to go, have everything just so all the time. I'm not into like the Botox or anything like that. But I do like my makeup, and I like my beauty products and my skincare. But I do also know how to do a lot of that stuff on a budget if I have to. So yeah, I mean, I'm high maintenance, but it can always be worse. That's what I always tell my husband anyway. I was like, yeah, let me show you some people's makeup, because he was like, how much more makeup, do you need? And I was like, well, let me just show you. That's what I need to do, is show him somebody on here, their big makeup hoard, and then maybe he'll hush a little bit about it. But no, he doesn't complain a lot, and he's just a great man. He usually never says anything about what I get. When was the last time you really pushed yourself to your physical limits? Probably, it should have been in the gym, but instead, it was a few weeks ago. We were at the lake, and we had to go into the marina area to get some fuel, and they had like a little shack building there. It was like an older houseboat type thing. They turned into like gas there and stuff, but they didn't have a bathroom in there. So I really had to go by it, and the lady told me they rent cabins up on the hill, and that one of them was unlocked, and I could go up there and use it. So I think, well, I'll just walk up there. And my shoes are a little bit damp, so they were flip-flops, but the inside of them weren't in the plastic kind, like I should have wore, that you can just wipe off. So I'm trotting up there, and I have to pee so bad, and it is so hilly and rocky, and it's just like unevenness. I'm feeling like blisters forming on the bottom of my feet from the wetness of the sandals rubbing the bottom of my feet, and I'm going up and up and hill, and it was hot, and yeah, I just felt like collapsing and taking a nap in that cabin by the time I got there. It was rough, and I don't think it would have been as bad if I had some good shoes on, but yeah, I was like, man, by the time I went up there, I should have just waited and just got out and peed in a lake or something, because it was a walk up there, and it was like this. I didn't really realize that it was going to be like that. And even they have like golf carts and stuff that take them up there to the cabins. I can see why. What's a strange occurrence you've experienced but have never or rarely shared with anyone? I can think of one when I was about 10 or 11 years old, and I have two big brothers and a little sister, and I think it was me and my two older brothers and a lot of friends. We had all the neighborhood friends would gather and play. I think we were all out in the back playing, and this is around dusk, around 7:30 or 8 o'clock at night in the summertime, so it was just now fixing to get dark, but it wasn't quite dark yet. And I remember looking at the back of the house and seeing this man just walk through the door, and he didn't open the door or anything. He just walked to the door, and he had a baseball cap on. So I thought it was my first instinct was for me to think that it was my grandfather, because he always wore a baseball cap, and he was tall and stuff. And that's kind of what this figure was like. So I ran inside, and I was just shaking. I was, because I just knew it wasn't right. You just don't flip through a door. And I was asking my mom, I was like, where's Papa at? And she's like, what are you talking about? And I was shaking and sobbing, and so she called him on the phone, and he was fine. So I don't know what that was. I'll never forget it. I remember it to this day. I've only told a couple of people besides who already knew that were there, and I don't think anybody else saw it. But my mind was, I promise you, my mind was not playing tricks on me. I saw a figure of a man walk straight through the door into the house. He was floating, and I'll never forget it. I've never seen anything else like that in my life, but I did that time, and I can remember it just as clearly as day. Do you prefer that people shoot straight with you or temper their words? Well, it depends on the situation, but I'm kind of, I like to think I'm tough-skinned and stuff, and I am in some ways, but, I don't like to have, somebody have a harsh tone with me, or just be kind of mean when they're telling me something. And so if they can be sweet and nice, that would be best for me, because I can get my feelings hurt easily, and I can cry easily. So yeah, but there are times though that maybe I need to be told straightforward, or certain people or certain circumstances that I want straightforwardness. But if it doesn't call for it, I'd rather have the nice person, or the nice thing. What is the one thing you'd rather pay someone to do than do yourself? I would rather pay someone to clean the vehicle up. I just don't like cleaning my car up, and especially the interior, the vacuuming and the little detailing work and all. So yeah, that's what it would be. What do you think about more than anything else? I think about so many things. I don't even know what I think about. I think about makeup a lot. I know that's superficial, but I think about makeup a lot. I think about just different things. I think about my plans, what I want to do the next day, or I want to do in the future. I think about my mom. I miss her so much. And I think about all my family and friends and loved ones. I think about those things a lot. I think about God. I get kind of philosophical or whatever, philosophical sometimes, and I just think of all kinds of things. I think about how to better myself or what I should learn from certain things, and um, because I do try to improve and be a better person all the time. It's not always easy, but I'm trying, and so maybe I can get some credit for that. But I do always think, well, and I always try to take a step back and be like, how can I look at this, from a different point of view to get something out of it. But yeah, I just think about a lot of stuff. Are you a creature of habit? um, Somewhat. I'm not, I would get bored if I had to do the exact same thing every day at the same exact time. I do like a little variety, and to be challenged a little bit. But there's some things, that I am a creature of habit. But like I said, I need a break from that every now and then, because it does get so mundane and old, just doing the same thing over and over and over. And who performs is the last one. Who performs the most random acts of kindness out of everyone you know? Just random acts of kindness. Probably my father-in-law. He has a huge heart. Now, when I first met him, and until you get to know him, he might come across as kind of being a tough or man's man, but he really does have the huge heart, and he's always doing things for people, not expecting anything in return. A lot of times he might not even say anything, and he's done something for them. He's just an awesome person, and so yeah, I mean, he's just one of those people that will do something randomly like that. And I love him, and like I said, looks can be deceiving sometimes. The tough men and tough guys are the ones who have the biggest hearts underneath. So, but yeah, if you would like to answer these questions, let me know so I can come watch yours, because I think it'd be a lot of fun. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.